Alright, welcome back to my channel. This is, a new with this. And I did not write down the powers, so I did not say them because I haven't thought of them. But gonna say them as we go on. And considering the other what if, what if Deku was Terror Man, I'm gonna do that along with this one. So, let's get into the story. Deku is born with red eyes and black hair. And Inko don't like that. She thinks it looks very demonic, so she gives Deku up to an orphanage. Now, at the age of only one, Deku gets adopted. And something happens when he gets adopted. He's blatantly sacrificed. This person that, adopted Deku sacrificed him to try to get money out of, Lucifer. Not Satan, Lucifer. So, he sacrificed him to Lucifer. So, Lucifer, feeling pity for Deku, actually takes him in and raises him as his own. But Deku isn't really a devil. He's just a human living in hell. But he gets adopted by Lucifer and gets turned into a devil at the age of 4. Now he has, I'm going to say, Hell's Flame, which is very, very hot. One of the hottest flames ever. He also has insane regeneration. But if he get hit by anything holy, he will get hurt. It's to a minimal stance because he is technically he is half human, half demon. So holy weapon can hurt him, but they won't kill him. Like he can drink holy water, but it's gonna sting. Like it's gonna hurt very much. Like if you got shot, that's how it's gonna feel for him. But he's gonna get over it because he is half human. So holy weapons and holy things hurt him, but they don't kill him. Now, since Deku is living in hell, he is gonna get that demonic feeling. Like be around him, it feels very unstable. Like you hate being around him. People throw up sometimes. But since he has the human side, it negates that effect most of the time. But certain days you can feel it. Like it's certain days that actually this happen, and most of the time it don't happen. But so Deku gets flight. He can basically get fire, regeneration, strength, a lot of strength, speed, intelligence. Obviously, living Lucifer gonna teach him everything. Charm. He gets a lot of things. Yeah, he's perfect at pretty much anything he do. So after the age of 4, like I said, he gets turned into a demon, and the age of 5, Lucifer teaches him everything he can, and then sends him back to the human world. So Deku comes back in a suit, looking like this. But he's 5-year-old. The red glowing eyes and the black hair, but he don't have horns because he's not old enough yet. He's gonna get him when he's like 20. So Deku wrecks havoc most of the time, and heroes tired of him because they know it's Deku. They see him shooting fire, using his strength to crack the ground, messing up cars and stuff like that. Using his ability to control gravity, well, control it to a point, to basically crush vehicles, kill people. Use his ability to create matter to make, weapons, anything he want. But Deku isn't a god level. He's in at Lucifer level. He's at a high demon level. High demon. But not the highest level you can be in hell. But he is equal to a high demon and a middle rank angel. Yeah, because from what I can believe, from what I believe, angels are stronger than demons. So, God do exist in this world. So does, all the other angels, the archangels too. And obviously Lucifer and Satan. Satan is a different person from what I say. From what I say. I don't care whatever you think. You can think whatever you want to think. I don't control your mind. You control it yourself. To me, Satan and Lucifer are two different people. I think that Lucifer was, the angel. He fell. And then, Satan, sometime around, popped up from a demon. Basically, he rose up the ranks and became, a king of hell. So, they do capture Deku, and from what, priests say, Deku has the flames of hell, so they do try holy things on him. Like they put some holy water on him, his skin does boil, but it doesn't, go away. So they think that, something's wrong, so they put him in, place far, far underground. And, basically, it has holy objects all around it, crosses, a lot of things like that, everywhere around Deku, and it agitates him every day. Mind you, this is only 5-year-old Deku. So he is underground, far, far underground. This place is even more secure than Tartarus. It has loads of priests everywhere. Holy water running through the pipes. Like holy objects everywhere inside this place. Only to hold down Deku. Now All Might does know of this place. And some other heroes. They say, why is this place made? Is this for someone, strong? How strong is this person? As to say, demon level. He thinking if this place can hold All For One. They say, All Might explain who All For One is to them. They say it could. But right now, it's reserved for only one person. He says who? Well, let's just say he is a demon. From what I can tell, he's only half demon because, sampled his blood, only 1% of his, only 50% of his blood actually matches that of a human. And because his blood was half demon, his blood did evaporate. Because, can't have no one getting demon blood. All Might said, can you see this kid? As he goes and he looks at Deku. Sees this kid with red eyes and, black hair. Now Deku is much older than All Might, even though he's 5. Time in hell and earth are two different things. Time you might spend in hell is way faster than earth. A second in hell equals to, a second in earth equals to a year in hell. And Deku was there ever since he was, 1. So he spent, a lot of years there. So, All Might does start to talk to Deku. Deku just smiling at him. And he says, "Oh, so you're All Might." Hmm. Father did say something about a human being very strong, but I never thought it was you. All Might and your enemy, Awful One. It's All Might shocked that he knows about Awful One. My father wanted Awful One's soul. So, whenever I decide to actually escape from this place, if you can point me out to Awful One, it'll be very helpful. But until then, I'll stay here. It's kind of boring down here anyway. They have no entertainment. All I can do is just sit in this room and talk to the priest. And every day they try to exorcise the demon out of me without even knowing that I am the demon. And they're doing this for no reason. All I did was wreak havoc and take souls that were supposed to be killed anyway. Well, now, you have to go. Your time's up. Bye bye. As no, the room where Deku was in goes dark, completely dark, pitch black. No one can see inside, even with a flashlight. Even if you had night vision, you won't be able to see. Thermal vision wouldn't even see Deku's heat signature. And he is hot. His body temperature is very hot. So, All Might does leave. A little bit shooken up from what Deku said about Awful One. He knows Awful One. He's only 5 though. So, a couple of years do pass. Well, a year passed. He's 6 now. Deku got tired of this, so he escapes. Now, he's been basically wrecking a little bit. Well, he's lying low for now because he really do want to fight Awful One. And he is drawn to the sins of people to which he do send them to hell. Really evil people. He don't really kill innocents. But people who've done no bad thing he kills because that what Lucifer taught him. And he, don't make deals like Lucifer, but he do bring out people's desires. Now, the priest and have the military make a very special team to hunt down Deku. It's like a military group put together by every country to basically hunt down people like Deku, demons. But Deku is the only one right now. Now, let me switch over to someone else important. Now, as God is sitting on his throne in heaven, well, throne, whatever, in his room, looking down, watching Deku, he's wondering, how did things come to be like this? You see, Deku wasn't supposed to be, what he is right now. Deku was supposed to be a good person. Someone loved by the angels as being, their champion. Someone that helps people, saves them, smiles every time, but without malicious intent. Supposed to be a bright, cheery boy, but came out like this. What happened to put him down this path? So God does look through Deku's past and he sees it. When he was first born, Ingo got rid of him. Went to an orphanage, got adopted, got sacrificed. Lucifer took him in, raised him as his own for a lot of years, then sent Deku back out onto Earth to do whatever he wanted. And then, God is sorry that he didn't, give Deku the life he needed or wanted. But, he can't change that now. So, Deku's walking down the street. This when that military group, found him, and they send people to actually capture him. It takes a couple of hours, they finally get there. Deku's in the middle of the street, walking down the street, a whole bunch of people looking at him. This is when the military group, helicopters come out of nowhere, planes, jets, things like that. They dropping people off, in the carrier planes. They doing halo jumps. If you know what that is, it's when a military group, get together and they in the sky, way up in the sky, and a plane that basically carries a lot of them. They jump out the plane. They skydive all the way to they get to a certain height, use their parachutes, and then they land. So they all do that, and they circle, Deku on buildings, in the streets, inside stores, everywhere around him. They got tanks, guns, a lot of other things. That say we found him. Because they say, his name, because he did say his name, Izuku Midoriya. Well, no, he don't get the same name, Midoriya. But he does get this, he don't get the same name Izuku either. He gets a different name. I want to call him Lucius. Yeah, Lucius. Lucifer gave him the name Lucius. So, Lucius. They say Lucius. And I'm going to give him Lucifer's name from the TV show. Morningstar. Lucius Morningstar. We have you surrounded. Put your hands up. You're going back to, I'm going to call it, they call it Heaven's Gate, where he is held up. You're coming back to Heaven's Gate. And, Deku says, if it isn't, those people from before, well, I'm pretty sorry, but I won't be going back. If you'll excuse me, I have something to do. As Deku starts to walk, people, they aiming their guns, they racking the put bullets in the chamber, basically by cocking the guns. They say take another step, then we, all shoot. Deku takes another step, not even caring. So they all shoot, but they got holy water inside the bullets. Actually, no, this is just regular bullets, but they hit Deku, and they doing nothing. Deku just walking through all the bullets without a care in the world. But his suit does get messed up. Once he gets past every single last one of the people, well, he's walking towards, he gets to the edge, they see that the bullets ain't doing nothing. He just, grabs the people and pushes them apart and says, "You've messed up my suit," But, I will do something about this later. I really have something important to do. See you all later, with a smile on his face as he keeps walking, without a care in the world. Now, the civilians did wonder what was happening, and some did record what was happening, and they posted it on their equivalent to YouTube, to any social media that they had. and it said no, a military group came into our city looking for this little boy, and they actually opened fire on him, but he came out unscathed, and he just kept walking. Now, people all over the world saw this video. It blew up so fast. One amongst them was Inko. Now, Inko doesn't really remember Deku. Or she remembers she had a son. She remembered it had black hair, red eyes. But she don't know if that's her son or not. But she does get a knock on her door as she opens it, as it's the same military people from before. As they do come in, they talk to her. They say that her son, because they did put the blood together. They got a sample of Deku's blood, but like I said, they can only see it for so long. Not only saw what he was related to, there was Inko and Hisashi Midoriya. But after a while, the blood did dissipate, so they can't study it anymore. So they do ask Inko about Deku. She says that she gave him up when he was just born. He gave her up. He gave him up. No, she gave him up to an orphanage. They say okay. Do you know anything? She says no, she don't. So they weren't able to get any information out of about Deku out of Inko. So they tried the next person. They tried the person who actually sacrificed Deku for money. It was on files that he actually came and actually adopted Deku. So they raid his house. He asks what's going on, what are you doing? They check the house, and they find it. The pentagram that he used. Another thing that they found a sacrifice knife. They find, a map. And they find a shovel. They wondering what this is, so they actually follow the map to this area. While, other people are actually watching the man. And, they actually dig up where the X marked the spot at. They dig it up and they find remains. They find bones of, a kid. Kid's bones. Which is pretty sad. No one wants to find it. They bring them into the station, and they check the bones, but checking the DNA of it, and it matches 100%. Well, 50% now with Deku's bones. Well, his DNA, his blood, and it matches 100% with Inko. So they find out that this was, before this was, Izuku Midoriya. And the man does get, taken to prison for basically killing Deku. And while in prison, he gets killed by villains. He get killed by villains in prison. And guards didn't even care. Now, the villains killed him because one reason. He killed a child. And there's no villain code for you need to die. Because no matter how evil you is, there are certain things you don't do. One, you don't kill children, and you don't hit women. That's one of the main things you don't do. Don't kill kids, don't hit women. So the man died pretty fast. Well, actually, he died slowly. I want to say one of the guards actually had a healing quirk, and they just kept healing the man over and over again, and the prisoners just kept beating him. And the guards, while the man was getting beaten, they actually had smiles on their faces. So did the prisoners, finding enjoyment in actually beating this man. And after he eventually did die, he went to hell, only to get tortured by Lucifer. Getting tortured by Lucifer personally. No one else tortured him but Lucifer. And the way he tortured him was sending him to relive, that beating from the prisoners and the guards over and over again for all eternity. And that's really a horrible fate, because he's gonna feel that pain over and over again for all eternity. So, Deku right now, got to the place he was looking for. As he goes in, as he walks in, he sits down, and then he starts talking. So, you must be him, are you not? As, a voice says, yes, I am him. What can I do for you? Well, what do you want from me? I want you to become a hero, as Deku says. Oh, a hero. And why would that be? Because I can see you can be a very great hero, but you do, the things you do for no reason. As Deku says, ooh, but why would you, of all people, want me to become a hero? Because I see great potential in you. As, this person turns around. Isn't that right, Izuku Midoriya? As Deku smiles and says, oh, you are a very, very smart one, aren't you, Nezu? Yes. Deku knows Nezu. Now, how he knows him is because, Lucifer. Now, I want to say this. When, Nezu was being, experimented on, what actually happened was, an angel came and saved him, one of the archangels. I'm gonna say, I don't really know all the archangels' names. But, when the archangels came to save, Nezu, and at the same time, Lucifer was actually there too. I want to say, Amenadiel. Yeah. Let's just say Amenadiel came and saved Nezu. But Lucifer was also there. So they did talk. Lucifer wasn't really there to do anything harmful. He was going to make a deal with Nezu, his soul for freedom. But, Amenadiel came there first, well, at the same time. So they just ended up fighting, arguing for a little bit. And then, Amenadiel just freed Nezu, and then he left. And Lucifer left too. And, Nezu knows of the presence of, angels and demons. Now, Lucifer left with, flames, and the Amenadiel rose into the air with his wings. So, back to presents. Nezu says, when you get to age 14, how about I bring you to my school, of UA? Deku says, you know what? Why not? It would be fun to actually get a hero's license to be able to take down villains. Even though I don't need one. I don't need any of you guys' permission. But there's one thing that you must do for me. Nezu says, what is that? can you keep me away from any priest or anything holy? Now, keep anyone that's holy away from me. And it says, why? Because, Deku says, even though I won't die from it, it still agitates. It's still aggravating. I still feel the pain. But as I grow older, I will get more of a resistance to it. But, it's still going to aggravate me. So, no. Nezu says deal. And they shake on it. With, Deku didn't really make a deal like, Lucifer does. He just, made a deal. Like a regular person would. So, over the years, Deku was living in, basically, UA. He doesn't really go to churches. But, he walked past them. And every time, he just hates it. But, the human side of him is okay with it. But his demon side hates it. And the borrower does go to one of the churches, but that's not the ship. No. It's actually going to be female Tokiyami. Yay. And this Tokiyami doesn't have the bird head. This female version of Tokiyami don't have the bird head, but, still got dark shadow. And Deku likes, her darkness. Now, they met when they were actually 10. Deku, started spitting game at her. And, because he does have that charm, even though they were 10, it still was in effect. Then, they started dating at the age of 10. Deku did kiss her, but, because of the human side, he wanted to take things slow with her. Because he can see that she doesn't have that divinity like he does, or that demonic, energy. So, he's going to take things slow with her. But they already kissed, things like that. Oh yeah, if Deku ever actually go to a casino or anything like that, he's gonna be extremely lucky. He's gonna always win at something, everything. So there are random times where he walk by something that actually display numbers or anything like that. And it would, if he display numbers like a vending machine, it would always go 666. If he's walking throughout a park, a random pentagram would draw into the sand without anyone drawing it. If he walked by something that, had letters like, the billboards, they have, the fast food restaurants, when they have signs up that say what's special or new or something like that, yeah, it will spell out devil. Even though the thing was normal at first, but when Deku walks by, it spells out devil. A lot of things like that happen. And people don't know what it is. It's just weird. And that special group to take down Deku is still around. But and they do have someone to watch Deku at all times. To basically mark out his position so that one day they can take him down. And bring him back to Heaven's Gate. So, Deku actually turns 14. Now, during this time, Inko did tell Mitsuki about, her having a son, but she gave him up because, She don't really know the reason, because his red eyes that just threw her off. She told Bakugo too. No, she said her son had red eyes and black hair. Red eyes, black hair, and by this special group of people we're gonna call S. Hmm. SOTC. SOTC. Yeah, SOTC. They basically, which means services of the church, but it's not really a part of the church. It's from the military of every country. They basically her son is still alive, and his name is not Izuku Midoriya anymore. His name is Lucius. Lucius Morningstar. So Bakugo knows Deku's name right now. He knows that he has black hair and black eyes, but he don't know what he look like. So I'm gonna talk about the entrance exam in the next part. I really gotta go to sleep. I haven't slept in right now. Haven't slept yet. Well, I had slept, but I woke up too early, so I'm gonna need to get some sleep. Thanks for watching. Peace out. See y'all in the next one.